Good afternoon, everyone, and you are welcome to today's session where we are looking at least best 60 word tips and tricks that will enhance our productivity in whatever we do while using or practicing with Microsoft Word. So I've prepared a number of tips that we can discuss today, we can navigate with here and there, so that we can improve in our day-to-day activities as we interact with Microsoft Word. Later, I will encourage any of you to share with us what they have been working with when it comes to Microsoft Word that eases their work. So let it be an interactive session where each of us is participating, and where you find that maybe a step has skipped you, we shall share the recording at the end of the session as well. But feel free to ask for a pardon or a repeat of the process. Basically, since we are going to interact with Microsoft Word, I've not prepared a presentation or something else, but we are basically going to interact with Microsoft Word. So I've opened a new Word document, which we shall play with here and there as we get to know most of these tips and tricks. So to begin with, number one on the list, we are going to see how to generate random text. You might need to demonstrate something, but you need text to use. So in this session, we are going to start with number one on how to generate random text, and we shall use this text to do other tips and tricks. Okay, so to generate random text on your word processing interface, you press equal signs and you type rand, you open the brackets. So after opening the brackets, you now command how many paragraphs you need and how many sentences each paragraph should contain. For example, I can say I want 10 paragraphs, each paragraph containing 5 sentences. I close the brackets. So those of us who are familiar with that method, you know how best it has helped you. So when you press enter, here you get random text that you can use to demonstrate any other tricks you would like to go with. So let's say I have my document and here it is. Then we are going to move forward and do other tricks. That was trick number one, equal signs rand. I can type it again here, equal signs rand. You open brackets. Let's say now I want 6 paragraphs and each paragraph containing 4 sentences. I press enter. So you can see it generated more 6 paragraphs, and each of those paragraphs has 4 sentences. That is how we generate random text. Is my screen clear and visible to everyone? Okay, yes, so if it's okay, you will realize that right now I'm using the Office version. So to check the version that you are using before I talk about it, if I click on File and I go to Account, it shows you that here I'm using Microsoft Office LTSC Professional Plus 2021. This is the latest version of Microsoft Office. Most of the tips and tricks we are going to see here, they work across most of the Office versions, but where you find that a certain tip and trick can't work with your Word version or with your Office version, then it's high time you look forward to upgrading it to the latest. But most of these tips and tricks, they work across most of the Office versions. But at best, if one has 2016, 2013, 2019, and the same 2021, you will be able to use all the 60 tips and tricks we are going to see in this session. So that's how you can see your version of Office. Any questions at that point? Okay, feel free to put the questions in the chat section. I will be following them as we interact. So our next tip, we are looking at how can you select text vertically or rectangular selection. So most of us are used of this kind of selection, or where you find you click there, you hold down shift and you use the arrow keys to highlight. This time around, we are looking at rectangular selection or vertical selection. And this is done by pressing Alt key on your keyboard. So you hold down the Alt key. Let me share my keyboard here.
Please.
If you can see my on-screen keyboard. In this session, I will be talking about, or I will be highlighting most of these keys, where we have Control, we have Alt, we have Shift. So most of these keys are going to be commonly used in this session. So whenever we talk about those keys, you can refer to your keyboard and see their locations and see how best you will be using them. So we are saying that to do a rectangular selection, you hold down Shift. You hold down Alt, meaning that your finger should keep holding the Alt key as you make the selection on your text. So I can close that keyboard. Oh, sorry, and I share screen again. Okay, so when I hold down Alt key, I can do, you can see what happens up there. So with this, I can make a rectangular selection, or I can make a vertical selection. That is by using Alt and then Select. You make a rectangular or vertical selection. That was our second trick. Then our third tip and trick, we are looking at selecting or highlighting a sentence only. So with this, you use the Control key. So when you hold down Control, you are able to select that sentence. So this sentence starts from there and it ends there. If I want to select another one, I click there, I hold down Control, and I click that sentence, it will be selected. If I want to select the last sentence, I hold down Control and I click that. So that is Control click. You select or highlight a sentence. Next to that, when you triple click, you select a paragraph. When I triple click, so if I triple click, a paragraph is selected. So whenever I talk about click, I'm meaning the left click. And for the right click, I will always specify that. But whenever we talk about click, is left clicking. So when you click slice on the left mouse button, you are able to highlight your paragraph. Then our next tip and trick, we are looking at using the feature of autocorrect. Using the feature of autocorrect. For example, if I type, let's say I'm working on my document and I type Kakuru and I maybe press space, it will tell me press enter. So when I press enter, it brings my full name. So you might set up some short forms that whenever you type that short form, then it brings the full meaning of that short form. So this we can do by going to File. So when you go to File, you go to Options. So I click More and get Options. So from Options, then you go to Proofing. At that very point, Proofing. From Proofing, then you select Autocorrect Options. So at this point, here we have Replace and then With. So here I can say if I type MSW, oh, sorry, that one is already used. Let's say I say GM, standing for good morning, or if I say ASP, and here I say as soon as possible. I click Add. You can add as many as you want. So at that very point, I can click OK, and then I close the word options. If I'm typing within my work and I write the word ASAP and I press space, it will automatically bring the full meaning of that very short form. That is the feature of autocorrect. Are there questions at this point? Someone is saying he's losing the presenter. Am I still loud and clear and the screen visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Sure.
So, okay. Our next tip and trick, we are looking at how best you can remove the formatting. For example, let's say I have my paragraph here. It is bolded, it is in colors, or any other formatting that you have. So at this very point, if I want to remove the formatting that is there, if I highlight, yes, please.
We have two people in the chat requesting for you to repeat the other tip for autocorrect.
Okay, let's do that. It's okay. So with autocorrect, we said we go to File, you go to More and pick Options. And then at this point, you come to Proofing, then Autocorrect Options. So here, I can have anything, let's say GRT. And then here I can say greetings. I click Add and click OK. I close the options. So in my work, if I type the word GRT and I press space, GRT, and I press space, it brings greetings. That is the autocorrect. Hopefully the process is now okay. So we were looking at how can you remove formatting. So with this, we have our paragraph. It is bolded and it is in red color, and I would like to remove this formatting. Where does this apply? For example, you might copy some content from the internet. When you paste it in your document, it comes with certain styles and formatting, and you'd like to remove them. It is as easy as pressing, if we highlight, you press Ctrl and the backspace key. The backspace key, that is the other longest key, the longest key on your keyboard. So when you highlight, you press Ctrl and then the space key. With that, you remove the formatting. Okay. So next, our tip, we are looking at how can you delete word by word. For example, if I'm in this paragraph, and I want to delete, you see when you are pressing the backspace key, it deletes character per character. But in scenarios where you would like to delete word per word, it is as easy as pressing Ctrl. You hold down Ctrl and then you press the backspace. It is going to delete word per word when Ctrl is pressed. You can see what happens. That was our next trick. The next trick is how you can convert your Word document into a PDF and vice versa. So I'm going to convert this Word document into a PDF. So you click on File, you go to Save As. So at this point, you can choose the location where you would like to save your PDF. Then I can browse. I click, say I want to put it on the desktop. At this point, I can give it a name and say I call it trial doc. Then here, save type as. Save type as, you click the down arrow and then you pick PDF. So when you select PDF, you save. So on saving, it has completed saving, and this is our PDF document. It has opened in my different PDF reader, which is Microsoft Edge, and it is now a PDF. Then in scenarios where you would like to convert it back to a Word document, because we said we want to see how to convert a Word document into a PDF and then back to a Word document. I'm going to first save this Word document. I can save it somewhere, also on my desktop. Can save it there. I'm calling it a demo document. I save it on the desktop. I can close and I open a new document. So when I open a new document, I would like to convert the other PDF document back to Word. So at this point, when I open a new document, I go to File, then I go to Open, then I look for where that PDF file is stored. You go to File, you browse it. It is on the desktop as trial doc. So it sends you a message that it will convert your PDF into an editable Word document, etc. So you click OK. And immediately your PDF has been turned back to a Word document. Alternatively to that process, you can go to where your PDF is saved. You right click on it, you go to open with, choose another app, and then on the list you look for Word. So you scroll through and look for Word, then you say okay. So it is going to convert it into PDF also. It is going to convert it into a Word document, and it is now an editable version. Someone is changing, kindly pardon changing from PDF to Word. Yes, we said that the first process, let me close the documents. We said the first process, if you have your Word document opened, you click on File, Open, locate the file, browse it. It's on the desktop and it is saved as trial doc. You open it, then the message that appears, you click OK. At that very point, you have converted your PDF into a Word document. The next option was locate your file where it is stored, right click on it, go to open with, on the list, continue, choose another app, scroll through, more apps, and select Word. You click OK. And then the same message appears. You can click OK. Your PDF is converted into an editable version, and you are able to work with it. You can see here I'm able to edit. So that is converting Word to PDF and vice versa. Our next tip, we are working on, let's say you are working on a document and it is having many pages and you don't want to see such white space. You see such kind of spaces separating your document. So at this point, you can deactivate them here by simply double clicking there. So when you double click there, the space in between is off. And to bring it back, you can double click again and it comes back. Okay, let's say you are doing some formatting and those two pages are hindering you in the middle, I mean the space in the middle. You can deactivate the space and work comfortably. Someone in the chat section is saying, when you scan a document using a CAM scanner, you can convert it to Word. Yes, that is true. You can convert it to Word. Next, we are looking at a theme. You can see the theme I'm using here. This is a colorful theme, but there are people maybe who normally work at night or even during the day, but they feel that this theme is so colorful and they would like to work in the dark mode. So you can click on File, you still go to Account, and then from here, we have Office themes. So at this point, there are different themes. One can choose black, and then here you can see you are working with a dark theme. Okay. In the chat section, someone is saying that could you please repeat the last tip? Yes, the last tip we are looking at themes, and we are looking at changing to different themes. You clicked File, you got File, Account, then here Office themes. You can choose either colorful. One can say I would like to use white, so you can see how white looks like. When I go back to Account themes, I can say I would like to use dark gray. That's how dark gray looks like. And now if I'm in dark gray, you can even choose the background. Instead of white, you can even turn it black and then the font text white. So you can choose any theme that you would like to use on your computer. Maybe as you try to save the contrast and making it comfortable for your eyes. Okay, we go back to the default or to the theme that I use. More to that, let's look at how you can add the text as you type. For example, if I create a line here and I would like to type in the middle here. So if I want to type in the middle here, I can double click. So when you double click, the cursor goes there. You see? So one might need to type text in the middle of the document, but without going to center or right align, just double click somewhere, then you will start typing at that very point where the cursor is breaking from. Next, we are looking at, if you can see very well where my cursor is, this space here, where I have highlighted the search section. For those who are using Office 2013 and Office 2016 and 19, there is that option that says, tell me what you want to do. So using that search option, it helps to quicken what you are looking for. For example, if I click on search and I would like to draw a table, I just type there table, and then I choose. If I want to add a table, I click on add table, and then I will be able to select the number of rows and columns. A table is inserted at that very point. If I go back to tell me, or it is asking you what you want to know or what you would like to do at that very point. Let's say I would like to draw a text box. Let's say I would like to draw a text box. So I go to search and I type text box. It will come. So I can insert a text box. So at this point, I can draw. So whichever thing you don't know where it is located, you just go on search, type for it, and then start using it. For example, I want to put table of contents. I just go there and type table of contents. So this is helpful to those who are still studying and you are interacting with Microsoft Word and you are in an exam. The question comes, you can type there that very feature that you want. For example, you want to insert a footnote and you don't know where exactly the footnote is located. Is it under draw? Is it under references? Is it under view? So instead of navigating around looking for the feature, just go under search and say footnote. And then it will come, you click on it and start working with it. So that is the feature of search. Someone is saying, I can't see the command. I'm using Office 2013. Office 2013, the command is tell me what you want to do. It is not as such, but it is among these options here, the menus. So go to that tab of tell me what you want to do, and then you click there, you search. Our next tip, we are looking at how you can create quick lines. So quick lines, maybe you want to create a horizontal line, for example, here. If I want to create a horizontal line, I'm going to type hyphen 3 times. That is hyphen once, hyphen twice, hyphen thrice. So when I press enter, it creates a horizontal line. Let's say I would like to create a horizontal line but bold. So with this, I'm going to use the underscore. That is shift where you got the hyphen from. So I create underscore once, second, slice, I press enter. It creates a bold horizontal line. What if I need a double line? If I need a double line, I will use equal signs slice. I put equal signs once, second, slice, I press enter. There you get the double lines. Okay. More lines. Let's say you want triple lines. With triple lines, you will use hash 3 times, and then you press enter. At that very point, you get the triple lines. Then if you want dotted lines, here you will use the star or the asterisk 3 times also. When you press enter, you get the dotted lines. I can put another line somewhere. Let's say I want to create a wave line. These ones you're going to use, I think I need to show this key. I display my keyboard again. So when you look at this keyboard, for you to create a wave line, you will press this. That is shift, the upper symbol, slice. Then you will create a wave line. Is that key noted? Okay, if the key is noted, so I hold shift, 3 of them, you press enter, it creates a wave horizontal line. Okay, any questions in the, okay, someone is saying, how do I activate the search on Office 2019? So the search on Office 2019, I've said with Office 2019, you have that tab, like you have file, home, insert, design, review. In front there, you have that tab that says, tell me what you want to do. That is the one you use. The search option, this one is most available in Office 2021, but the others, they have tell me what you want to do. Someone is saying, I repeat the processes of creating horizontal lines. We said that if you want to create a horizontal line, you press hyphen 3 times. You press enter. If you want to create the board line, you use underscore slice, you press enter. If you want to create a double line, you use equal signs slice, you press enter. If you want to create triple lines, you use hash 3 times, press enter. If you want to create a dotted line, you use star 3 times or asterisk 3 times. Then if you want a wave line, we said we use that very symbol 3 times. Those are the lines as you work with lines. Someone is saying, how can I change the theme in Microsoft Office 2010? With Microsoft Office 2010, still you go to File. If you have your Office opened, you can as well share screen and then we guide you. If you can share screen, you can let us know. Still go on File, then you go to Options. So with Office 2010, I can still go to File, and then I go to Options. So with Options, when I'm on General, at this point, I can choose the theme here. Same process with Office 2010. Just that the difference with 2021, for it is located in 2 areas under File, Account, theme is there. But for Office 2010, click File, Options, and then under General, go to the Office theme and change it. Someone is saying, will you highlight us on inserting table of contents? Yes, table of contents is among the tip and trick we are supposed to look at today. Okay. More to that, in case you are working on your document and you would like to go to the last edited paragraph, last edited sentence, last edited word, yours is to press Shift F5. It takes you to that point. You can see it takes me here, and the cursor is blinking that is the last position I edited. Shift plus F5. So when I talk of F5, I'm meaning the keys that are on top of your keyboard there, F1 up to F12. So you hold down Shift and then F5. It takes you to the last edited location. Okay. We go back to our document. We want to look at making text bigger or smaller. Let's say I have my paragraph here, or I have my sentence, and I would like to expand font size using the easiest method without going maybe to font size and I choose the font. Or there is also a shortcut here, so I can expand it from there. So alternatively, on my keyboard, I can use these keys. I can use these keys, Ctrl, Shift, then the less than symbol. This one is for reducing text or reducing font. Then this one is for increasing font. Those are the keys you can use as you're working on the keyboard. So here, when I use Ctrl Shift less than, you can see the font is reducing. So if I place the greater than symbol, the font size increases. That is the shortcut key you can use to make text bigger or smaller. Then we would like to insert a link. I say someone is reading and then reaches somewhere and would like to insert a link. I can press Ctrl K on the keyboard, or I can click on insert and choose link. So at this point, if I highlight this word and then I press Ctrl K, I can type the address here. For example, I'm referring someone to go to, say, Google. So there you can type the link and someone can type and say www.google.com and you click OK. So if I'm going through my document and I find such a link, I will hold down Ctrl to open it. So when I hold Ctrl, you can see the pointer changes into a finger click. So here I click, then it will open that site. So from here, if it was a resourceful site for you where you can read where the information was got, that's how you can insert a link. Oh, it didn't. This is the link it took us to. In the chat section, someone says, someone is asking for autosave. How do you insert an active link in a PDF created from Word? Okay, so most of these tricks that some people are asking in the chat section, I've prepared a number of tips and tricks. So if you find that your trick has not been handled by the end of the session, then you can still ask about it. But for now, I would expect maybe questions regarding what we have covered, and maybe you missed a step. Maybe I'm going to request my colleague, Edward, if you're still there, you can note some of those tips and tricks that are highlighted in the chat section so that we can handle them later. John, your hand is up. Go on. Jack,
yes,
John.
Yes, my brother, thanks for the steps.
Okay.
Yeah, I just joined in at that point whereby you are looking at the lines, and I captured all that point to to date, but then I don't know exactly what you covered earlier.
Yeah, we have so far covered like 15 trips. I mean 15 tips. We are going to share the recording and then you can start from the beginning.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Okay. So that was creating a link taking you to a website or some reading resources. Let's say I would like to create a link on my computer that when I open a certain link, it takes me to where that document is located. Let's say I highlight change and I press Ctrl K, and then I would like to link to this folder, and then I select something. Let's say I click on this, I click OK. So I've linked it to a certain PDF. So when I Ctrl click, it will open the link to that very file. This is the file that has opened. It opens from there. Okay, going forward, that was inserting a link and a hyperlink. We have repeated the process. Next, we would like to see how you can produce the same formatting, or what we can call format painter, from the home tab. Let's say I have highlighted this paragraph. I've done some formatting. Say it is color green, bolded, and a certain font style is selected. And I would like to use this same formatting in the next paragraph, in the next sentence. So I come and click on Format Painter, that icon there. I click on it. And then here, if I select this line, it will apply the same formatting. That is use of the Format Painter. It helps you to produce the same formatting to the text or to the next paragraph. Then, any questions regarding that? If there are no questions, then I would like us to explore using, some of us are used of Ctrl X, Ctrl V. There is also a shortcut that you can use to cut and paste. For example, let's say I have this sentence. Let me give it a certain color. And I would like to cut that sentence from that very location to this position without using Ctrl X, without saying cut or any other shortcut key for cutting. We have that short one where you press F2 on your keyboard. So when I press F2 on my keyboard and I click at that very point and press enter, that word is pasted immediately from the other position to that very point. So F2 can be used for cutting certain paragraphs of text to a new line or to a new document. F2 only. Just highlight and press F2. Any questions in the chat section? Okay, so far none. Next on our list, we are looking at let's say you are typing your text.
We cannot
let's say
hear.
you have text, and where you have those wave underlines, the red underline, meaning that those words are not in English and they are either not grammatically correct. Let's say someone is working on a Swahili document or any other local language, and you keep getting all those red underlines and green underlines, and you don't want them. You can deactivate them, and you can do this by going to File. When you go to File, you go to Options. Going to Options, you come back to Proofing. And when you go to Proofing, at that very point.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you very much for the lesson.
Yes.
I have joined late, but I would like to know the keyboard shortcut for increasing the zoom and reducing it.
Oh, you see where my pointer is?
Yes,
You can see my pointer, bottom
yes,
right.
yes.
Yeah, so here when you click the minus, you are zooming out, then there you are zooming in.
Yeah, I was referring to using a keyboard.
Oh, the other one was for font. You press Ctrl Shift and then the less than symbol or the greater than symbol.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, for those who joined late, we shall share the recording. But let's continue. We still have more to share. Okay, so we are looking at disabling the red wave underlines and the green wave underlines. Okay, so when you go to File, Options, then you scroll down up to this point of exceptions. So at this point of exceptions, we have hide spelling errors in this document only, hide grammar errors in this document only. So here, exceptions 4, you can choose. Remember, we are working on this document called trial doc, but if you are that person who normally working with local languages and the rest, you can say all my documents, but since we would like to deactivate for only this document, I can select that very document. I click OK. So these wave red underlines for grammar and spelling errors should go away. So I didn't click OK. So proofing, I come to hide and then I click OK. So you can see they are no longer appearing. Okay. If we are together at that point, we can go to our next trick, where we shall look at how one can do calculations in a table. So we are going to insert here our table. We go to insert table, say we have this kind of table, and then we have yes, I can put some figures here. Now we are going to look at a few functions. One, if I want to total up the two, you click where you want to do the totals. I know most of us are used of Excel, that it does calculations, but here in Word you can also do simple calculations. So here, when you click the position where you want to add from, you go to layout. So this tab of layout, the last tab, comes only if you are in a table, if you have clicked in a table. So when I go back here, the tab appears for layout. I click on it, I got formula, then sum above. I'm able to do the summing up here. Let's say I would like to multiply this figure with this. At that point, I got formula. Then at this point, instead of sum, I can say product. I type product and I click OK. So it has multiplied this one with that. So when you look at the formula, we have a number of functions here. We can continue to explore them, how they work. In the chat section, someone is saying one of my control keys does not respond, also not sure whether an error, not sure it's an error with my PC. Dennis, what are you trying to do with control?
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, many times when I click, especially the other one on the left side of my PC, it doesn't respond. Actually, these past few days, I've resorted to only one, which I use.
Okay. So if your control key is not responding, the keyboard might be faulty, so you may need either to replace the keyboard or take it for repair.
It's fine then, thank you.
It means that, it means other keys may also get affected with time.
Oh, sure. It's fine, I'll have to then. Thank you.
Okay, then. Okay. So going forward, that is how we can do calculations in Word. Hopefully that step was clear. Someone is saying, pardon, on sum up. Yes, we still have this field. We can sum up. We said there is a tab called layout here. It comes only if you are in a table. So when I click at that location where you want to sum up from, the layout tab comes. Then I choose formula. At this point, sum above is always the default there. I click OK. That is summing up. Someone is saying, pardon, product. So here we have this, we would like to multiply these two. So I go there, I got formula. Instead of sum above, I would like to multiply these figures on the left. So instead of product, instead of sum, I will write the word product. And then instead of above, I will put left. So you leave the formatting of the formula the way it is. Equal signs, product, left. I click OK. So there I will have done product or multiplication for that. Okay. Next on our list, we are going to look at how one can protect your document with a password, so that whenever you are opening it, let's say these documents are very confidential and you don't want them to be accessed by any other person, or those who are authorized to access them can access. I'm going to open, we have been working with this document. I can open any other document and we work with it. There is a document we had saved as a demo in the beginning. Here it is. So with this document, if you want to protect it with a password, you got file, save as. So as you are saving this document, we have these options, tools. So here on tools, when I go to save options, sorry, under tools, I go to general options, and then under general options, I can put a password here. Under general options, you put a password. Alternatively, those who are using Office 2013 and above, when you click on File, you can click on Info. So when you go to Info, we have this option of Protect Document. So I can click there, and I can say encrypt with password. When I tap there, I type my password. I've typed my password. I re-enter. I click OK. So the document has been protected with the password. I'm going to share my entire screen here. When I close, the document is here. I open. It says enter password. I enter password. I click OK. The document opens. That is protecting your document with a password. Someone is saying, how can someone recover a forgotten password? At times when you forget a password, it is tricky, but there are tools, there are some softwares you can download and recover your password, but most of these passwords, most of these tools, if you want the best result, you need to purchase some of these tools you can use. Okay, then next on our trick, let me open back the trial document. We continue to work with it. Next, we are looking at if you want to open the most recent Word file you have been working with. Let me close everything here. We have, yes, please.
You had not finished the procedure of creating a password, maybe using those people that uses Windows 7, Office 7, sorry.
Okay.
And by the time we were, someone asked the question.
Okay, well, let me get the document and we work on it. So this we can, I said we click on File. When you go to File, Save As. On the location you are taking your document, you come to Tools, and then you choose General Options. Then here you can enter your password. Repeat the password. You can even say Read Only, and you click OK. So let me enter my password. I click OK. I click OK. So when I save, it means that to open that very document, I will need a password. So when I open, it says enter password. I click OK. Re-enter. Click OK. That is it. Okay, if that one is noted, we are looking at if we want to open the most recent Word file you have worked with. When I go to Start, when I click on Start, at that very point, I will type in a command, and that command, I'm sharing it in the chat section. I'm sharing it in the chat section. It is win word.exe/mfile1. So when you type that command in the chat section, it is going to open for you the most recent document. So here on Start, if I type that and I press enter, sorry. Okay, at times you may need to put it under run. So here on run, you type it there and then you click OK. So it will open the most recent document. So there you can work with it and you are good to go. Next on our trick, going back to the trial document, which we have interacted with. Someone is saying, how about when you want to remove the password? You can save again your document and deactivate the password. Our next option we are looking at, let's say we had our table here. I'm going to add one column, say on the left side. And you would like to put serial numbers, 1, 2, 3, etc. So here you highlight, you go here under numbering, you click there to create the numbers. That is how you can create the serial numbers in a Word document. Then next, we would like to talk about the clipboard. When you copy items, for example, I'm going to put here some words. Let's say I copy add, I paste it there, I copy cover page, I paste it there, can copy this other word. So now, when you copy these items, whenever you copy, everything is saved in the clipboard. You can see where my pointer is. So when I click here, I will open the clipboard. So let me copy again. So I copy add, I copy cover page. So you can see in the clipboard, most of these items, this is where they are stored. So if I want to access again cover page, I can click on it. I want to add, I want header. So that's where you can access the copied items that are always waiting to be pasted. So you can access the clipboard by clicking that ribbon launcher under clipboard. If that one is noted, we can go forward. We want to look at sorting. I can create more. Let's say I have my numbers and I would like to sort them. So these numbers, I would like to sort them in ascending order. You highlight under the home tab, we have this sort. So we click sort. These are paragraphs, but the type is number in ascending. So if I choose ascending, you can see they are arranged 1 to 100. If I want descending, I can choose descending. I click OK. The same method we have used. If I have, let's say, dates, I have 20th June 2023. I have 19th June 2023, 12th June 2023, 30th June 2023, and you would like to sort your date. You can still use the same, and it will sort ascending. It sorts your date properly. Same applies to text. So like this one here, if you want to sort this text, so it is sorted. If I want to take it to descending, that is the sorting you can work with. Someone is saying, how can you sort paragraphs? Of course, when sorting paragraphs, the sorting feature will still pick the first letter of that very paragraph. It will still pick the first letter of the paragraph, the beginning letter of that paragraph. So if you have a paragraph beginning with letter A and the other paragraph is beginning with letter F, that's the kind of arrangement you will get. Then we want to look at share. You see this option here, share. Some of us, or some of you have worked with Google Docs and you have been sharing documents to collaborate here and there. Same applies to this Word document. I can as well share it to people to collaborate. But with Microsoft Word, it is always advisable for one to have a Microsoft account, which is always outlook.com. So if you have an Outlook account, you are able to share documents with the colleagues to collaborate. So when I come to share, I click share. So it is saying that I must first save this document to cloud. So meaning that this document must be saved to my Google, to my drive, which is OneDrive from Outlook for Microsoft. Now to save this document, I'm going to go to File. Because I already have a Microsoft account, this is the account I'm talking of. This is Kakuru Benard 5 at outlook.com. So if you have such a Microsoft account, you are able to share documents for people to collaborate. If you don't have an account, go to microsoft.com and create an account. So I can share this link in the chat section. You can create an account with Microsoft, and then you'll be able to do the collaboration or sharing documents. Saving this document, I will go to File, Save As. This is the OneDrive we are talking of. So I can click the OneDrive, and then I save my document here in Documents. I can leave it with the same name, Trial Doc. I save. So it has been saved. And for you to know that you are now working from OneDrive, you can see here this feature originally it was off for autosave. Now it is on automatically, meaning that whatever I'm doing is saved to the cloud. Whatever I'm working on is saved to the cloud. So if I go to my Outlook account, this. Okay. If I go to this Outlook account in Microsoft, I can go to my apps, then I go to OneDrive. I should be able to see that I've shared or there is a new file. I go to Documents. The document was called Trial. So this is the document Trial. You can even open it from the browser. That's the document we saved. Here it is. So all the changes you do, they are saved automatically. We go back to the Word document here and we share. So I go to share, then I click on share. So here I'm going to invite someone. Anyone with an Outlook account can share it in the chat section. So this is Benard Kakuru 5 at outlook.com. Then here you choose what can that person do, can edit or can on review. Let's say can edit. I can say let's collaborate. And then I will tap on share. So I have two accounts of Outlook. The one we have been seeing here, this one is Kakuru Benard 5 at Outlook. The one I'm sharing with here is, this one is Benard Kakuru 5. So I click on share. It has been shared. So I will go to that account. I can share the other account. This is the other account. I reload the tab. Okay, I see someone has shared an email. I'm going to include you there. Someone shared an email. Let's share. I invite. I share. Yes, it has been shared. You can check on your Outlook. Someone is saying I share on Gmail. This one works best with Outlook at outlook.com. That's why I said you need to have a Microsoft account, because the product is from Microsoft. So you need to have a Microsoft account. So when I go to the other Gmail, to the other mail, I go to my inbox. I should find a message about it. I need to see. Ivan, let me know if you have received the message to collaborate. Ivan, you can still use the chat section.
Let me check.
Yeah, you can check and let me know. Okay, so here I'm still waiting for it to load. Okay, it's taking longer. Maybe we can wait a bit as we do other activities. Okay, let's get back to our doc. That's how we share to people. But you can see that whenever you click on share, it shows you the people you have shared with. This one can edit. Ivan can also edit. Okay. We need to look at how you can pin documents that you work on regularly. Or there is a document you have been working on and you feel that looking for it in a certain storage location is hard for you. So this kind of document, when I go to file, you see the names of your documents. So here I can click this. You see that pin, I click on it. So when I click on it, then I will have pinned. So when I click on pinned, I will find all the pinned documents there, and you can open from there and work with them. Okay. That is pinning your documents so that you easily access them. Then next, we want to look at translating text paragraphs or translating your document. Take an example. I have this paragraph, which I would like to translate into another language. While doing this, you must be online for it to translate for you. This you access it from, if I go to review, from review, we have translate. When you click the down arrow, we have translate selection, meaning that I want to translate what I have selected. So at this point, this is the text we selected. And now here you choose the how you would like it to be translated. There are a number of languages here. You select any language. For example, if I choose Yoruba, this is Yoruba, and I can insert the text. So it replaces the other one. Alternatively, if I want it on its own line, I click there and I insert it there. So That is how you can translate. The languages are provided there. So if you want Zulu, it is there. So that's how you translate your paragraphs, or you can translate the entire document. Someone is saying, I repeat. Okay. I said, you go to review tab, then you will see translate. So you can highlight your paragraph, you go to translate and choose what you want. If you want the entire document, you don't need to highlight. But if I want to translate what I have highlighted, I click there. Then here on the right side, we shall have the translator. Then here you choose the language. That is the language. Let me choose, for example, Swahili. So here it is. So when I click there, I can insert it there. That's the translate option. Moving on, we are now going to look at how can you create table of contents for your document. Table of contents. So with table of contents, to create table of contents automatically, you need to have headings in your work. So for example, I'm going to create headings. Let's follow step by step, and then we come up with table of contents. For example, I'm going to make this a heading. You see here, I highlight under home tab. I make it heading 1, like there. I can move somewhere, maybe on page 2. I can make this a heading. I can create another heading somewhere here. Heading 1. Then here on page 3, this one, let me also make it heading. This one I highlight and make it heading 1. So to have tables of contents, one must have headings in that very document. So when you make headings, now creation of table of contents will be easy. So if you want table of contents here on the first page, let me create space. I go there. So at this point, I want table of contents. I will go to references tab. Is the process clear? Those who asked about table of contents. Okay, so I click at that position where I want to insert table of contents. Then here we have table of contents. I click the down arrow and then I choose the format. You need that, or you need that. This I choose automatic table 2. I click there. Here the table of contents appear automatically. This heading is on page 1. This heading is on page 2. This heading on page 3. That heading also on page 3. This one is on page 4. Our document has only 4 pages. So that is how you can insert table of contents. Next, after looking at table of contents, those of you who are doing research and the rest, you always look at citations, references, and bibliography. Let's see how best we use them in our document. Someone is saying,
Benard.
kindly repeat. Yes, I'm seeing that.
Okay.
Can I first ask those who are asking to repeat, did we follow the first step we did, making these as headings? Like 2 yeses in the chat section. Someone says no, someone says yes. Okay, so we said to have table of contents in your work, you must have headings there created automatically. So here I press enter, I select that heading or that subheading, Under Home tab, I create heading 1. If it is heading 2, I use heading 2. Okay. So you create a number of headings within your work. Headings. Then after creating headings, if that process is okay, after making all headings, you go to where you want to place your table of contents. You click there. For example, I want them on the first page. Then I go to References tab. Here we have table of contents. I click there. Here you can choose any format from there. So I choose table of contents, table 2. Here the table of contents are created automatically. So if you create more, if you add in more work and the rest, you just come in your table of contents, right click and update it. It will update the pages, it will update the headings as well. If it is clear, that is okay. We shall share the recording once the session is done. Okay, that is how we create table of contents. If it is clear, we can go on. We are looking at citations and bibliography. So let's say this paragraph, let me first remove this name. I say I want to cite that this paragraph, maybe I got it from a certain book. So here I go still to References tab. I got Citations. Then I click Add Source. Now, let's say the author is Kakuru Benard. Then title, I can say a comprehensive approach to studying computer. Year, say it was published in 2011. City, say it was published in Kampala. And publisher, I can say Elite Publishers Limited. And then I click OK. So it adds Benard 2011. That is a citation. We can go to somewhere else and add another citation. Here, references, citation, add source. I can say Osa Tumwine Edward. Title of the book, Mastering Journalism. Year, say it was published in 2017. City, say it was published in Mbarara. And publisher, I say he used the MK Publishers. Then we click OK. So it adds that citation. So after adding the citations, let's say you go to the end of your document and you would like to add those citations and references that you did in your book. So first of all, these APA styles, let's say we are choosing the APA style, then you come to bibliography. Now, if it is bibliography, still you can select that. If there are references, I can say references. You can say Benard K 2011, a comprehensive approach to studying computer. If there are citations, I still go and say works cited. Now it has references, works cited, like that. So that is it. Someone is saying, how do we choose style? I don't understand that question very well. If you can phrase it, the better. Thank you. So that is how we work with citations and bibliography within our document. If you add more, you can still go there, you right click and update. Then it will add those that you added later. Someone is saying, how do you choose the style? The styles are here. Me, I use the APA. If I want to choose Harvard, I choose Harvard, and it is the one which it will bring here. Okay, so meaning that Harvard, if I click here and I put bibliography and I say, let's say bibliography, you can see the format for Harvard will be different from the format of APA. So you just select and then you go to your bibliography and work on it. Next, I want to share with you the navigation pane. The navigation pane, let's say you are working on a document with very many pages. It has headings. So when you go to view, we have the navigation pane here. And here it shows you if I want to work with bibliography, I can click there and I work. If I want to work on this paragraph, it will take me there, or I want to work here. So the navigation pane gets the headings and then you work with them. So it can show you the pages. You can say, I want to go on page 5. You can see under pages. So if you search, then the results will appear. It takes you to that page. That is the navigation pane. More to that, let's look at, you see under view, we have the focus mode. So when you look at the focus mode, from the word focus, so with focus mode, this one, it allows you to focus on the content, not the user interface plus the background. So you can see here under focus mode, I'm only focusing on my document. The other interface, the home, insert, are not there. Okay, so the focus mode is here. So with the focus mode, when you hover up here, we have these 3 dots. So when I click there, I can choose the background for my mode. You can see the focus mode. I can choose the background. Then with focus mode, we said you are only focusing on the content rather than the interface. So if I close the focus mode, but still on view, I have immersive reader. This immersive reader is focus mode and immersive reader. Those who are using the Office 2007, 10 and below, you may not be able to interact with those features. They are in most recent updated Office suites. Now, with immersive reader, when I click on immersive reader, you can see how it looks like. It is telling me the document has some spelling or what, but that one we can ignore. So with the immersive reader, you can read text. For example, I can say, I want to read it very narrow, or here, that is the narrow. You can see the change. You can see moderate. Then you can see wide. Then from there, page color, you can still change the color when you are under immersive. When I'm under immersive, I can choose to read line per line. You can see I can read line per line. For example, those who are having maybe sight issues, those who are disabled, the immersive reader basically helps those people. So lines of text, I can say I want to take 3 lines at a go. Then I'm taking 5 lines at a go. Then we also have read loud and syllables. So with read loud, it is going to read text. Let me share with sound. Okay, so with read loud, if, for example, I go to the beginning of the page here and I tap on read aloud.
Table of contents. Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point. To change the way a picture fits in your document. Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point.
That is read aloud. So here you pause, you replay. Then you can get some more languages here. So this one has 1 person for now. Then you can reduce the speed.
To change the way a picture fits in your document. Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point. Toss the theorem.
Okay, that is how you can interact with read aloud. So if I close the immersive reader, my document comes back to normal. That was immersive reader and how you can interact with it. If you have your text here and you would like to read, apart from read aloud that we have seen in immersive reader, you can have text to speech. We can add this among the quick access like we have undo, redo. So here we can click there and we go to more commands. And from here, you choose all commands. So from here, you can choose text to speech. So we can look for text to speech and we add it to our, okay, we are looking for text. We're looking for text to speech. Sorry, we are looking for speech. Okay, let's go to S and look for speech. Speak. Okay. Here, speak, you select it, then you add it to the quick access. After adding it, you click OK. Here it is. It has been added here, speech. So meaning that if I select text, it should be able to, I should be able to click on read. Say I select this text, it should be active. Just turn that off for now. Let me check in the chat section. Okay, you have been helped. Okay, let's select our text. Oh, it is going to be active. I think we can wait for it. It will be active and you will be able to click on it and it reads your text. That is text to speech. We are left with more tricks to interact with. And at this point, I want us to look at the Office lens. So with the Office lens, this one, when you scan text, Office lens is an app that you can install on your computer. After installing it, you scan text. After scanning text, it converts it. Sorry, you take a picture or you scan text and then it will convert it into text very easily. So with Office Lens, I'm going to join Zoom on my phone here so that I share screen. I'm going to join Zoom on my phone and we share screen. So as I join Zoom on phone, let's first be interacting with the other tab as I join on the next device. So at this point, I want us to interact with the draw tab. You can see here the draw tab. Let me create more space here. So with the draw tab, it is mostly available in Office 2016, 19, and 2021. With the draw tab, you can pick like a pen. So you pick, if I want to choose colors, I can pick the colors that I want. So you are able to interact So here, that is the draw tab, but then we have this ink to shape. This is very important. With ink to shape, when I click ink to shape, and I draw, for example, a triangle, it is going to be converted into a shape that is more clear. This is not very active. Ink to shape. You can see that if I draw a rectangle, you can see it is turned into a proper rectangle. If I draw, say, something like a circle, let me draw a trapezium. Maybe something like that. Should be, maybe it is not yet detecting it, but it should be able to work. So that is the drawing tab. Someone is asking, where did I get the draw tab? The draw tab is here, File, Home, Insert, Draw. And I've said this one is available from Office 2016 to 2021. If you're having Office 27, 2010, you may not be able to get the draw tab. Okay. In the draw tab, we also have other in the draw tab, we also have this format background. We have search, in case you want to print a paper with such kind of rulers, There are a number of rulers. These are grids, so in case you want them, that's where they are located. If you are using Office 2013, you can check if the draw tab is there, but I have interacted with it in 2016, 2019, and 2021. If you have 2013, you can check if the draw tab is there. Not sure, but you can confirm if you are using it. Getting back to our document, I have joined on Zoom with my phone, so we can interact with the Office lens as one of our other tricks. I'm going to share screen on my phone. So I'm sharing screen. If you can see my screen, if you go on Play Store, and you look for Office Lens, that's how it looks like, the Office Lens. So you can download it, you open it. After opening it, you can take a picture. You can take any picture that you would like to. English. Okay, let's say I take a picture of what is here. And I take that picture. Then I can confirm, bottom right. I say done. I can name my document. Let me save it as newspaper. I save. So after saving this document, once we have saved this document, now you can access it from your Outlook account, because when you install the Office Lens, you should remember to sign in for an account. That is your Outlook account. Then that document will be stored on your Outlook account. So when I go back to my PC and I get back to our Outlook account, remember we took a picture from our phone. Now this picture will be saved to our Outlook account. So when I go to my Outlook account, I go to OneDrive, and from OneDrive, I go to Documents. From Documents, I go to Office Lens. A folder will be created automatically. Then you can see newspaper is here. When I open newspaper, so the newspaper is loading. Our text will be converted. The scanned paper it has been converted. Then at the bottom, we also have the original document that was scanned. It's loading. So that was our original document that was scanned, and that's the text. That is how we use the Office Lens. Okay, next on our trick, is that okay? If that is okay, we can proceed, and if we have more questions, we can put them in the chat section. Office Lens is for the phone to help you get content with your phone and then get it on your PC in a Word document. Is that okay? Office Lens helps you convert the scanned document into a Word document. I've responded to that question. Then getting back to our document here, I want us to look at taking a screenshot, how one can take a screenshot. Let's say you are working with your document and you would like to take a screenshot of your maybe a certain page. Okay. So here in our Word document, I'm trying to close some other pages that are opened here. So in our document here under Insert, we have screenshot. Let's say I create space here, and then I go to Insert, Screenshot. I can pick a screenshot from another window. For example, this is a PowerPoint file here. Then I would like to insert a screenshot. Insert, I pick that. That is a screenshot. Or I want to take a screenshot of the current screen. I can use screen clipping. So at this point, I can take, for example, such kind of a screen, and then it will be inserted there. That's how we can work with screenshots in our Microsoft Word. The next trick we are looking at is inserting videos in your Word document. Most of these should be online videos. So from here, if I can go to YouTube, So if I go on YouTube, I can see this session is live. I click on it. I can right click, I copy the link. I come back to the Word document here. I go to insert online videos. I click there. Then I paste the link here. I click insert. So here you will have inserted an online video. So when you click on that video, it should be able to play. That is the video. When I click on it, it will play. Online videos, I click there. Then I paste the link here. Yes, that is how the online videos work. I can press escape. So we have inserted the video in our Word document. Someone is saying, I repeat, it is, we said how you do it. I'm inserting a video there. We said you go to insert online video, you paste the link here. Then you say insert, and the video will be inserted in your document. Okay, that's how we insert online videos. Next, this is to ease the way you are reading your document. Under view, we have side to side. Here we are reading the document vertical, but we can have side to side. So with side to side, you find that you are interacting with the document like it is a book. Like it is a book. If it is having certain pages, you are interacting with it side by side. If you want, you can go back to the vertical mode. That is the side by side. Another feature that we need to interact with is, these are called icons. You can insert different icons in your Word document. Say you go to insert icons. When you go to these icons, we have a number of icons within your Word document. These icons also work when you are online. So you can have icons. Say someone would like to insert an apple. You choose that and insert. That icon will be inserted within your document. So with this kind of document, you can use text wrap. Maybe I would like this text to surround my apple. I got text wrap. I can say maybe tight. That is how my text is organized. I'm going to insert another icon. I can go here. I go to insert icons. Then here you can choose, for example, you want illustrations, and I would like to insert a bicycle. I click insert. So some of the icons, you will find that you may not be able to use them because they need you to have a licensed Office and a Microsoft account. So when I go to insert icons, let's see those which are licensed. For example, if I go to, maybe I go to cut out people, these ones are free to use, but those ones which have a diamond icon, these ones, to use them, you must be on a premium account. But for free versions, you still have the icons to use. When it comes to online, someone is saying, how can you insert an online that is on your device? The feature here, when it comes to insert, it only says online video. It is not just video. So meaning that you must insert a video where you have a link. So you can have a link and insert it. But even if you are offline, if you go to online videos, you click on insert video, the link will be inserted there, but the video can't play if you are offline. Someone is saying, is it possible to draw biological drawings like the ear, eye, etc.? These ones, if you have your good skills in drawing, you can draw them. Why not? the draw option will enable you draw them. The draw option will enable you draw. So yours is to ensure that your skills are good. You can draw them and put all the required features. Those were icons. Hopefully you have seen where we get them and how best you can use them. Next, we are going to look at auto-saving. Some of us, we find that we are working on our documents, and when power goes off or something happens, you lose your document. So you need to set that feature so that your document at least saves, whenever you are working, it saves automatically every, for example, I can say every 1 minute it does the saving. Every 1 minute saving is done. So how should we do that? We go to File. From File, you go to Options. So under Options, click on the Save option here. Then save auto recover information every. So this one you can reduce it to 1 minute. That is it. And then you click OK. Meaning that whenever I'm working, every after 1 minute, Word auto saves. Every after 1 minute, Word auto saves. If you are working offline. But when I'm working online, I just turn this one on. It will do the saving now and again. That is autosave. Then next, we want to interact with what we call office templates. Let's say someone is working on a curriculum vitae, or you are working on a certain design, a business book or what. When you click on File and you click File, here there are templates. You can even show more templates. So with these templates, let's say I would like to work on my resumes and cover letters. So I click on resumes. Then it will show a number of resumes. So here I select the one that that is catchy, like this. When I double click on it, it tells me create, and then it downloads the template. Oh, a moment. I think there are some steps you missed. I need to share that very screen. I said with templates, we click on File. When you go to File, at this position, you can go to more templates. Then whichever you want, business, cards, flyers, letters, education, resumes, holidays. So when I click on resumes and cover letters, it will display a number of designs to use. I can select that. I click on create. It will download it and it will show that template. Then here I can change what is here to suit my career or what I would like to work on. That is how we use the templates within Office. Click on File, choose a template and start working on it so that you produce nice looking work. Okay. Next on our tip, if the templates are okay, we can look at how to compress Word document size. Let's say you are doing your research or you have done a report. You have been told maybe not to exceed 30 MBs for that document, but you would like to convert it to ensure that it has minimum required size. So what you need to bear in mind is that you are compressing those images. For example, you can see we have such kind of images. This one. So the more the images, the more the document becomes heavy. So to reduce that, you can click on File. You go to Options. Reaching Options, tap on Advanced. Then from here, we are going to look for Image, Size, and Quality. So you scroll down. Here it is, Image, Quality, and Size. Like the way we did for autocorrect. So you choose, do you want it for all documents, or you want it for another document, or we work on our trial doc. So I can say default resolution is always at this. If you want high quality resolution, it is always this. But then to reduce the quality, I can say maybe at 150 pixels per inch, that is PPI. Then I click OK, meaning that that document will not be very heavy. But if I leave it at high fidelity, it will be very heavy. The pixels per inch are many, and the document size is bigger. So options, I go to advanced, image size and quality, like 150, I click OK. So that document size will be smaller. That is how we compress Word documents. You might be there and you would like to create a table in the quickest method. So to create a table, you can press the plus symbol, then you press the hyphen. Let's say I press hyphen 5 times. I add another plus symbol, I press hyphen 5 times. Another plus symbol, hyphen 5 times. So the more the number of hyphens, the longer your columns will be. So I press, so I've put up 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 plus symbols, meaning that our table will have 4 columns. So that is how you can create the table in the quickest method possible. A plus, then hyphens, plus, hyphen. So the more pluses and the more hyphens, the more columns your table will have. That's the quickest way you can create a table. Then the next tip we are going to look at is how you can convert text. I mean, you can convert numbers to text. For example, if I write 2023 and I would like to convert this into text, I highlight it. After highlighting it, on the keyboard, you will press Ctrl F9. When you press Ctrl F9, here comes these brackets. And now what follows here, you put equal signs. Then still inside the brackets, but at the end of your figure, you put a /, you put a star, and write a text called card text, like that, card text. So when you do that, you right click and say update field. It will write that word. I'm going to repeat the process. Let me write I've written 2000. I would like to turn this into text. Highlight. After highlighting this, press Ctrl F9 on your keyboard. After pressing Ctrl F9, after the first bracket, you put equal signs. Then after the figure, put a /, put an asterisk or put a star, and then write the word card text. It is a command that write this into text. So you right click and say update, says 2000. That's how we turn numbers into text. Next, something, those who missed something at the beginning, we are going to share the recording, and feel free to go through the recording. William, Prosper, hopefully that is noted. We shall share the recording in the chat section. And when you look at the chat section, I've already shared the recording. You can still go through it. Okay. Next on our tip, let's look at how you can set the default font. So you can see here my default font is Kakuru 11, but let's say I'm on a new document. Let me share the new document. Let's say I'm on the new document and I would like to change my default font, that whenever I open a new document, it comes with my font type and style, not Kakuru border 11. So here you click on the ribbon launcher under font. So it brings the font dialog box. And then at this very point, you can say, let's say I want Times New Roman. So here you can choose, let's say Times New Roman, 12, maybe bordered. I say set as default font. So when I click on set as default font, they're asking me for this document only, meaning that whichever I type in this document, it will be in Times New Roman, 12 size, bordered. But if I say for all documents that I open, it means that all documents will have that. For now, let me say this document only. So when I say this document only, whichever I type, you can say it is in Times New Roman, bordered. You can see that. That is how you can set the default font. Next on our tip, we are remaining with about 6 tips, and then you can as well ask more questions and more of the tips you would like to share with us. We would like to convert text into table. Let's say I have, you can say 20, 40, 100, 30, 600. You separate the text with commas. Then I have, let's say 30, 100, 67, 900, something like this. You highlight your text. After highlighting your text, you come to insert table. You say convert text to table. When I click there, there will be 5 columns and 2 rows. I click OK. So here, our text has been converted into the table. If that is clear, we can proceed. In case you want to repeat, we are still available to repeat it. Okay. Next, let's look at converting the table into text. Now you have your table here. Let's pick up the first table we used. This table here, you highlight your table, and let's say we would like to convert this into text, not into a table. I go to layout and I say convert to text. So I click there and I click OK. So this content has been converted into text. It is no longer into the table, and the table is not anywhere. So that is how you can convert text from table to text. Next on our tip, I would like us to explore inserting equations. We shall look at 3 methods. One, when you go to insert equations, there are a number of equations here. So if that is an equation, one can edit it and add proper numbers and symbols there. When I go back to insert equation, there is, I go to insert, we have this option of insert new equation. So with inserting a new equation here, now I have equation tab where I can build from. So here I can start as say I bring an integral symbol. I write here 1, maybe 0. Then here I can say I'm bringing, let's say I bring cos. I put that. Let's proceed and add something under equation. Let's say I bring that. So here you are building an equation. Let's say this one is here. That's how you can build an equation. Next, you can simply draw and turn it into an equation. Still on insert equation, we have this ink to equation. So at that very point, I can say here I'm drawing. You can see I'm drawing, and then the equation I can say insert. So the equation, draw, and then the equation will appear. For those equations that are complicated for you to easily get, you can draw, and then the equations appear. More to that, we can explore how best you can insert current data and time within your work. The best shortcut key, you can use Alt, Shift, D. There I've inserted date. I can insert time. Alt, Shift, T, it brings time. Someone else can go to insert date and time from there. This one can even be better. You can see that one adds even the day of the week, or this one, day and time, even plus seconds. That is inserting date and time within your work. Let's also explore using the smart lookup. For example, you are working in your document, you reach at collapse and you would like to know more about collapse. If you are connected online, you can right click and say search collapse. Then this side, it is going to tell you more about what collapse is. You can see it's showing you buildings collapsing and the rest. Alternatively, highlight collapse. You go to view tab. Sorry, this one we can as well get it from the references tab and do the search. So it is going to search about collapse, and then it will give you more results. That is the smart lookup, and it works online. Let me go back to another page. Someone is saying, kindly repeat the drawing, the inserting drawing use. Okay, I've gotten it. So here, let's say you want to insert your equation there. Go to insert, equation, ink equation. So here you click. And then from this place, I can draw, I say 1, 0. A moment, let me erase this. I can write there. Hopefully you can see that. This one I wanted it to be X. Yeah. And this one it was supposed to be Y. Yeah, like that. you click on insert. That is how you ink to equation. Hopefully who asked that you have been sorted. Now on our document here, with this document, I want us to look at to shrink to one page. Let's say you have 2 pages and the work is not too much that has gone to the next page. Let's generate some other text and see. Round, open brackets. Let's say we need 8 paragraphs, each with 5. I press enter. I can add more. Round 3 paragraphs, each with 2 lines. Okay, 3. Enter. So you have this work which is on 2 pages now, and you would like this work to fit on 1 page. You would like this work to fit on 1 page. So this, you need to add quick access here, like the way we added for read text, like the way we did for read text here. This one which reads text. This
Video provides a powerful way to help you prove your point. When you click online video,
so if you remember how we added that, we are going to add one for shrink to 1 page. So we can click here and we add another quick access toolbar. I mean another quick access feature. So we go to more or commands. Then we are going to look for shrink to 1 page. So we can go to S and look for shrink. Okay. You can see that shrink 1 page. Select it, add it. Okay. You already have this. Okay, that I have it. Okay, I've added it. Okay. So this page, I mean this document that has 2 pages, you can highlight all, Ctrl A, then here, it is here, shrink to fit. So I click there. So with this work, it is on 1 page. You can see the work is no longer on the next page. That is how we do the shrink to 1 page. Anyone with a question? Let's interact with 3 more features. Those of us who have tried to maybe to open some documents and they fail to open, Moses is saying we repeat the process of shrink to 1 page. Okay, I can do that quickly. So it is back to 2 pages. We said you add this feature. Let me remove it. We said you go to this quick access, more commands. Here, select all commands. And at this point, you look for shrink. So we can go up to S, H. Here, shrink 1 page, add it there, you click OK. So when I highlight all my work, I tap on the icon I've added, the whole work will be shrinked to 1 page. We were going to look at another tip. I was saying those who have worked on some documents and then the next day they tell you can't open or repair and the rest. The best way, you can go to click file, go to open, locate that file that is not opening, locate that file that is not opening, you click on it. When you click on it, before opening, tap on here. And then at that very point, choose open and repair. So you click on open and repair. If the document was failing to open, Word will try by all means to repair that document and it will open it. And you'll be able to see your work that had failed to open. So try it. You'll be giving us feedback. Open and repair. Next, let's look at splitting our work into columns. For example, you have this kind of text. You would like to put it into 2 columns or 3 columns. You highlight, you go to layout, columns, can choose 2. Those are the columns. Okay, I said highlight, go to layout, columns 2. If I want 3, I can go back to columns, I choose 3, like that. If you want more than 3, you can go to more, and then here you put the numbers, SF4. I click OK, so your work will be split into columns. Next is something most of you have interacted with. Some of you who are asked putting a file path and the rest, file name and path. So let's say I would like to put here a file name and path. Now, this is best. One can put it in a footer. So if I double click here I'm in the footer section. On the document information, I can put the file path. That is the path for my document. That is the location I can get it from. This one of the path, it is saved in OneDrive. That is why we are having such a path. But let's say I am on a document that is saved locally. I'm trying to get one. For example, this one, let me see if this one can get us a path. File path. This one is not yet saved. We can save it on the desktop. So here I can update. So that is where the document is stored. Yes, please. Isaac. Okay. So that is how you can insert the document, file name, and path. Next, we want to look at the page numbering, and then we call it a day. So from here, we can go to insert page numbers. Let's say I want my page numbers top of page and in the middle here. I put my page numbers. So my document has page numbers. Someone is saying, how is it to put header and footer? The easiest way, you can double click at the extreme top. You double click, it takes you to the footer. You can type your footer. Then you can go to footer and type the footer there. That is the other way. That's the easiest way. So for now, this is what I had prepared to share with you. And in case you have a tip you would like to share with us, please, you are free to share with us. Someone is asking, how do we have different page numbers? Yes. Okay, let me conclude with that. Let's say I would like my first page and second page to have Roman numerals, and then the others have the normal numbering. Let me insert page numbers. I go to insert, then page numbers, insert page numbers. Let me put bottom of page there. So my page numbers now start with 1, but this I need to format it well. So I can go to page number here, format. I first put everything to Roman numerals and start at 1. which is okay. I click there. So the whole of my page has Roman numerals like that. Let me remove these ones on top so that they don't confuse. Now I have this. This one is up to Roman 2. Let's say I want page 3, which is in Roman 3, to have the usual page numbering. So whenever you are going to do that, you say different first page. You first make that option active. Then I close. So I go to page 3, which is this one. I'm going to click here. Then I go to the layout tab. I click on breaks. I say continuous. So from here, when I insert page numbers, these ones I'm going to put them in 1. So I format. The format will change from Romans to 1, 2, 3. It can start at 1. I click OK. So you can see here it starts page 1. When you look from here, this is page 1 and page 2, Roman numerals. Page 3 is now page 1 and onwards. Someone is saying, I need help regarding inserting activity pictures and some narrations in Word document while making a report. Okay, so let's say this is the picture you have inserted and you would like to caption it. You go to references, insert a caption, figure 1, you say apple fruit. It is a figure, so the caption is always at the bottom of the selected item. I click OK. So I can expand it a bit. Then I go somewhere. This is a table. I select it. Caption. This is figure 2. This is a table, so I can say this one is a table. Table 1 showing maybe number of fruits. So if you're making your report, now after table of contents, here I can have list of figures. List of figures, I press enter, go to references tab, and now here we insert table of figures. From here, you choose list of figures, I choose figure. Okay, so the figure will come. Then list of tables, I press enter, insert references, table of figures. Here I choose tables, I click OK. So you can see there was a figure apple fruit on page Roman I. Then there was a table number of fruits on page 2. I save. Hopefully I've sorted that person. Any other question? Put it in the chat section and we do it. Sarah, hopefully I've answered you. Please post your questions in the chat section. Post your questions in the chat section. If that is it, if there are no more questions.
Kakuru, someone is asking how they link Excel files.
Okay, so in this document, let's say I go to insert and I would like to put a chart here, and I would like maybe to put a column graph, and I select that graph. So when I put a graph here, Excel comes in. So here I'm going to feed in my data. So we have categories 1, category 2. So we can have, let's take an example, maybe these are number of accidents in the district. So we can say this is Masaka district. Can say this is Kampala. We say this is Jinja. And we say maybe this is Moroto. And then here you are mentioning months, say June, May, April. Then here you are entering your figures, how accidents were appearing. So when I close this file, it means that this data, this chart is linked with Excel. So when I double click on it, it should be able, here you can come and edit data. That data will be in Excel. I don't know whether it's the right question he wanted. Okay. Wow. Edward, where should I continue from?
There are more questions here. How to, someone is asking how to easily draw Venn diagrams.
Okay, so let me highlight on that. Let's say I would like to put my Venn diagram here. So what you go to insert, and then the Venn diagrams are under smart art. You click on smart art. When you click on smart art, around here, from this very one, you scroll down here. So at that very point, if I select that and I click OK, a moment, we have the other, we can use this basic Venn. We can use basic Venn and then we click OK. So after bringing such kind of interface, you can rearrange your, say I can put around there. This one goes there. This one goes here. Now to write inside, you need to have these skills of inserting a text boxes. So here, I can reduce the font size maybe to 14, and I say this is 20. I reduce font size also to 14. I can put this to the right. Say this may be 36. This one can be on the left. Here I click font size, I reduce it to 14. I can say this is 30, but I can press it down by pressing enter like that. Then now to write within these ones, you insert a text box. So I can insert pictures, I mean shapes. I bring a text box. I draw here, for example, 15. Now with this text box, you have to go to format shape, fill shape, you say no fill, shape outline, no outline. So I can use this very option. I put my 15 here, then I can change this to maybe 18. Here, I take there, you can put here 22. Here, you just drag and work with that. That is how you can draw a Venn diagram. More formatting is here. So if you don't want it to be colored, you can come to change colors. It's loading. So under change colors, it is taking longer. You can wait for it. The colors are loading, but this is what is coming up as it loads fully. So that is what you can work with. Hopefully, okay. The person who asked for a Venn diagram, we are okay. The next question.
The next question is how you can put, oh, sorry, there was an earlier one from Dennis Bruno. converting video to text in presentation.
Converting
video to text.
Yeah, converting video to text. This one is not done in Word, but there are other tools. In the previous sessions, we looked at those tools that we can use converting video to text. And I remember in the other session, we had looked at Scribe. It was scribe.com. So with scribe.com, you can convert video to text, but not in Word.
Okay.
Next.
We have one from Liz. I asked earlier how we can put an active link in a PDF document. If we can use the Excel we created at the start of this session. So I think she wants to see how to put an active link in a PDF document.
So when you look at this very document, this link is active. So when I save this document, let's save it in PDF. So I can save a copy on the, let me save it on the desktop to replace the other one. Since it is the most recent, I'm going to share. So I click File, Save As. I want it as a PDF. PDF on the desktop. I save. Okay. So when you look at this PDF that is opening, it's here, it has opened. When you look at the links that we have put, even starting from table of contents, you see here, if I click here, it will take me to that paragraph. Then even the links that are there, if they are active in a Word document and you click here, if I click, it will open where that document is saved. It is loading it. That was google.com. If we go back, we can get another link that is saved there. This one is opening this other file. So maybe what you missed was putting links. So you highlight, for example, this heading, you Ctrl K, or you go to insert link. So I can put a link here. Now I can choose a PDF or I can choose wherever I want to save. Okay. So for example, let's say I have a certain picture. Let's say I click here to link, I click OK. So if I Ctrl K, it is going to open. It has opened this. This is what it has opened because it is what I linked it to. Yes, Edward?
Yes, Kakuru, I'm seeing our time has shot by 42 minutes and the questions are still there. I'm going to request that you share your numbers in the chat again so that these people can approach you and reach out to you because the questions are still incoming, quite many. I'd shared your number in the chat, but you can reshare it, both of them again, and these people can consult you. Otherwise, you might spend the whole day here.
I see.
So can you put your numbers in the chat?
Yeah, most of us who are asking the questions, yes, as we said, Microsoft Word is wide and broad, and we can't really finish what is there. But personally, you can contact me on these very numbers. They are here at the bottom. That is my email. And also, I have a YouTube channel. When you go to YouTube, search for Kakuru Benard. There are a number of lessons on Microsoft Word, and most features that you have been asking are there. So if you can utilize the channel, there are a number of lessons that are there. Your questions will get sorted. So my numbers are there. Please utilize them and get in touch with me.